Cock and ball torture. Cock and ball torture. Jarvis, initiate cock and ball torture.
Why are we talking about cock and ball torture? It's been an all-day thing.
I just remember.
Yeah. All right.
Welcome back to the Backlog Boys podcast. With you, as always, the ninth man himself, Samuel.
Hello. You okay, Alex?
I didn't. What?
And with us also, 7, Alex.
Hey, what's up? I'm a big, strong man.
You know why I said that now?
Yeah.
Because you're being.
You got the bean.
It sounds exactly like
Why'd you
ninth man.
die so much?
Yeah,
when
what
you
the
told
fuck?
me
Because
I'm
I
the
never
ninth
made
man?
that connection till we pointed it out.
Yeah, I looked at him and I was like, he looks exactly like him.
We got the hair of the ninth man.
Also, I'm here too, Omar.
Oh
I
my,
don't
you're
know.
ace.
Oh shit! No, I was almost at spoiler. I was saying,
You're
shit,
ace.
I'm handsome and old.
And
I'm tall.
Hey, I thought Ace looked kind of like a lion when I first saw
Yeah, he kinda
him.
does actually. Oh, Ace. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But anyways, we're back to talking about 990 Escape.
The
But before we
Nonary
talk
Games.
about that, well, what's going on with you guys?
I'm doing just fine. I'm a little hungry. Not as much as you guys, but we're talking about what we're gonna eat, and I think I'm gonna get myself a concrete mixer at Culver's. That sounds amazing.
Okay. What about anything else?
Yeah, that's now. I mean, like the past month.
It's been a month, man.
Dude, I'm probably gonna get a car soon. I just ordered a new soccer shirt. I've been trying to get into reading more. I have a couple
As
books.
opposed to like you just never read before. Dude.
Well,
I'm trying to get into it.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, just had books, but I just haven't read them.
Does game inspire you?
No, actually, I decided that I wanted to read better stuff, so I decided to go look for better books. But I bought like a book called Crying in H Mart that seems pretty interesting, and I just pre-ordered Jeanette McCurdy's book. You remember Jeanette McCurdy, right?
Isn't she an actress?
Sam from iCarly.
Isn't she,
Yes.
like the ones that like, got fucked up a lot.
Yes.
Yes. Her book is titled "I'm Glad My Mom Died," and the picture is the cover art is a picture of her with her mom's urn, like smiling and all that. So definitely a very interesting book. I've been listening to her podcast, and generally the gist of why the title is that is because her mom kind of like was super controlling and telling her like you should be an actress, and gave her an eating disorder because she wanted her daughter to be like super like fit and like model ready and all that. So when her mom passed away from cancer, like it kind of like freed her from all that, and that's why she doesn't act anymore, and that's why she doesn't do any of that stuff anymore. So yeah, I can't wait to read that.
Go through that incredible, joyful, probably happy story.
Yeah, but
What about you, Alexander?
Do you guys really need to ask?
what you been doing in school?
Yes, I do.
Working?
Because I don't know anything.
You
about your life
really?
at all.
I
You're a mystery to me. It's like I don't remember you at all for some reason.
I'm a mystery to you. Well, you know that I always have to talk about Kingdom Hearts,
Oh my god!
and you know what just got announced earlier this month.
Yeah, the last Kingdom Hearts game in the history of time.
Let's hope not, because they fucking Final Fantasy.
sure about
They made it Final Fantasy.
What do you mean?
Isn't terrible?
Have you not?
God.
No, you haven't seen the trailer.
No, because I don't like Kingdom Hearts.
Oh yeah,
I
okay.
don't
My
like
bad.
Kingdom
I forgot I'm the only one. Sora is in Shibuya.
Wow.
Shibuya?
Yeah.
Straight from Shibuya?
He's
Real
in
life,
Shibuya.
real life Shibuya.
Yeah, Sora's in the real world.
Jesus Christ.
Oh man, he got
Yeah.
inspiration from like Mario Odyssey and the Kirby games. So, like, let's do that as well. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the way Kingdom Hearts 3 ended, that it looks like that's the afterlife for them.
Yeah.
Real afterlife is here.
I have been seeing memes that's like Sora went to hell and now he has to pay taxes.
Yeah, like Sora's first thing in Shibuya is finding a real job.
Yeah.
He's gotta find real shoes.
They-
Just clown shoes.
that's one of the memes. Like he has shoes that actually fit him now.
Yeah, they're real shoes now. So
I wonder if Goofy and them are gonna look like actual dogs and
Oh,
dogs.
I hope they
That'd
do.
be so
They're
fun.
still alive, so they're in Disney World.
Oh, so they're gone now?
I don't know.
I hope they die.
I guess we'll find out.
Hope they like burned in a fire.
It'd be really funny if they just had like a really impactful.
Yo,
death
funny
scene.
thing you say that, because the end of it showed them like going to talk to Hades from Hercules.
Whoa.
It's all conspiracy.
I love.
Omar, you don't even need to see the trailer. You just know what happened.
Listen, I
I
don't
did
know.
watch it.
I don't know if you know me, but I really love that Hercules movie.
Hercules. Except for that movie.
That's an awful movie you just referenced, but Hercules Disney movie is great. Yeah. I love Hades.
Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito's great. I don't care much about Hercules, but Danny DeVito, the guy who plays Hades, he's great.
I know his name.
Are you excited for the live action one?
You made a live action.
I'm pretty sure it's in
I
production.
had no idea.
No, I'm not excited.
That's gonna destroy
any
the
live
dream.
action one is.
They're
not
gonna
interesting.
cast Tom Holland as Hercules.
You're just making it up.
No,
Mark Wahlberg.
there is one in production, but I don't know. It's just a bit that they're gonna cast Tom Holland and everything. Just how they cast. They're gonna cast Tom Holland as the little one and Chris Pratt as the big buff one.
Mark
They
Wahlberg
might.
should be the big buff Hercules.
No,
And like Tom Holland can be like, I don't know.
Mark Wahlberg would be Zeus.
Oh, no. Don't give him my. No, it should be Mel Gibson or something.
That would be great. Mark Wahlberg would be Hades then.
Yeah, I can see that
that'd
one.
be
How
good.
would that would ruin it.
No, what's his name? James Corden will be Hades.
Oh,
He'll be the
God.
worst possible person.
And he has to look like him, so like it doesn't change
he has to
anything. So he's still
slim
just,
down.
Yeah. Oh, he got slim for the role.
Yeah, for the role.
He got like a 6-pack
Yeah.
and everything, like every other actor does now.
Yeah.
I hate to break it to you guys, but I'm gonna play Hades. What do you think I've been working out?
So
I
maybe
thought it was so you didn't die from a heart attack.
No, it's because they casted me to play Hades.
Wow.
that's not because of.
What do you
they're
think I've
going-
been letting my hair grow out
so
too?
they're going-
They're gonna CGI the flames into it.
So what you're saying is they're going for an ethnic look for Hades?
So they're going for a. They're going for let's make Hades more handsome than every other character in the movie.
Shit, thank you.
No. Omar, what's going on with you?
Me, interesting you ask.
No.
Okay. Anyways, 999. No, I'm just kidding. Well, as of recording, the more recent thing is playoffs basketball. NBA started
Nice.
yesterday, and I'm a little sad. My team, the Toronto Raptors, I'm repping them right now. We lost the first game, but just one game. Best of 7. We still got a couple games, you know. I have faith.
You got this.
You got this.
I'm hoping we win. But other than that, I'm really excited for that. And then,
I've been known to win bets like miraculously. So if you want me to bet on them,
I'm scared.
I
I don't even
will.
wanna-
No, I don't like.
I've made a
feel
half.
like you'll do something
I've
wrong.
made a half court shot off like trying to win $5.
No.
what a waste of talent. You could have gotten more out of that.
You got
I
the
know,
hype
I
for
sh-
it
I
and
sh-
the skill. What the hell?
I should have bet more, right? Like
80s, you are
You
not.
should have.
I don't even know how to shoot a basketball, and I made a half court shot.
Should have tried out for the team, man.
Trevor Varsity.
Yeah.
I should have.
What else is going on, Omar?
And the only video game I play that's not ones we were obliged to play is Rune Factory 5. I'm loving that game, even though it's kind of like wonky, but I'm having fun. Basically, just farming. It's like what's that Harvest Moon kind of game?
Farming
Yeah.
simulator.
Yeah, but with more emphasis on dungeon than farming
Ooh.
Yeah.
and dating cute girls.
And if you don't remember, 999 is also Omar's game. So if you couldn't tell, Omar likes boring games.
No,
I don't know if you can tell. Sam is boring in general.
Thank you.
I thought this was a pretty good game.
It was fine.
And then the most recent thing, I watched this movie. I don't know if you guys heard of it. It's called Everything All at Once.
I need to watch
Oh,
that.
you saw
I
that?
need to
It's
watch it.
a great movie.
I
Yeah.
want
I
to see
thought
that.
it was incredible.
I need to see that. So don't tell me anything about it.
I can't believe that they all die at the end.
They got
They all
Captain,
poop their pants.
you serious? They got Captain Underpants?
They got one scene where someone poops their pants and they go, "Uh-oh,
oh,
poo-poo,
stinky.
pinky."
Oh my god.
Classic jokes like that.
Love
No
that.
wonder it was incredible.
Did they have a Damn Daniel reference in there? I'm not gonna watch it if they don't reference Damn Daniel.
There's more of like they do the Reefa. They quote the Reefa one. Where he's like,
oh
Thank God for my Reefa.
my god.
they do that one though.
Nice. Good for them.
But no, that was a great movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, I have no life and no personality.
Good.
So that's all I've been doing.
Yeah. So let's get into talking about 999.
You're so agitated right now.
The
You're looking at me
Nonary.
right in the eyes and you're saying these mean words.
I know, because I hate you.
I don't hate you, Omar.
At least someone doesn't.
No, at least 2 out of 3 people hate me. So
Yeah. But yeah, we can talk a bit. I mean, Omar, since this is your game, I think you prepared us a little section about some stats and facts or something like that.
Synopsis.
first of all, don't take my names. from
Stats
me.
and facts is only for the movie, Sam.
And also, yeah, see, Alex, at least even Alex knows. And the fact that Alex knows and you don't, you're slacking. That's a double diss on both of you.
I heard.
The second I said, I'm like, oops. I didn't mean that. No, there's no what's that stats and facts in this one.
What do you call it then?
This is just a history segment. We always do this.
No.
Wrong. But yes, I have all of the knowledge because I'm a weeboo loser and I totally didn't just do this yesterday.
I really hope you don't spend an hour telling us.
I will.
This whole thing.
No, I literally just copy and paste the wiki
Oh my God.
on my notes.
So let's get into it.
So this game originally is a DS game.
I did know that.
Came
Yeah.
out in 2009
Did not know
in
that.
Japan, and it came out with us in 2010 November.
That's new information to me.
And then a phone version of it came out, iOS.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
It basically just removes all the puzzles, and it's just all just visual novels basically.
Mm.
I grew up playing DS, and I wish I would have known about this game way before.
Yeah, I never even heard of this game
Yeah.
until like it came out way later.
Mm.
And probably because of the 2017, kind of made like a bundle
Mm-hmm.
of called the Zero Escape, the Nonary Games, which is the first two games. Because in the DS one, there's no voice acting.
Really?
It's just like
The
the
text.
beeps. They make little beeps to kind of like
Yeah.
represent their voices.
Yeah,
Like the
yeah.
girl, like
I mean,
the
I
boy.
play Pokemon. I'm
Yeah.
used to that.
Yeah. So like there's in the remaster of the 999, they added voice acting,
Okay.
and then the sequel, what the fuck is it called?
Virtual
Last Reward.
Yeah.
The names are so weird. They're bundled together, but that one doesn't add anything really.
Okay.
It's just because I think it only came on the Vita, maybe. I remember.
It was a 3DS game too. Cause
Yeah,
I
yeah,
almost
so,
bought
like-
that game on the 3DS.
What is what's this other one called?
Zero Time Dilemma.
That one good?
That one. Oh, I'll talk about it later. But the kind of like hoo-ha was that it's because the 999 doesn't have voice acting. Voice acting goes from 2 and 3. So when 999, they were like, oh, now we have to get the voice actors from the other games to like match them or whatever.
Yeah.
So like the character for like Junpei,
Yeah.
he's in the third one. So he was originally casted only in the third one. So they got him from the first one. So none of these guys again are not from the original one. So they got him from like the later ones. So some of the characters were not in it at all. They're kind of just casted in general.
Okay.
I thought that was like that's so weird, right? Like you get the voice actor from the third one to voice the first one because there's no voice acting.
Yeah.
So it's like
That is kind of weird.
it is kind of funky. And there's for Alex here, a classic Troy Baker in one game, Matt Mercer in the second one.
Nice.
for that series as well,
Really?
Laura Bailey as well. She's
Troy
also
Baker's
is in the second one.
And
Matt Mercer voices him in the third one.
So
He replaces him.
Matt Mercer continues his reputation of being
That's
the
another
understudy.
one. Yeah,
Jesus.
poor guy. I really feel bad for that guy.
I mean, he does great roles.
No, yeah, he's a great voice actor, but
He's Jotaro.
loser.
Like
Trying to
Jojo.
go to some of the history of this bad boy.
Uh-huh.
I apologize ahead of time if I pronounce any of these names wrong.
Do it.
They are Japanese names.
Yeah.
Kotaru Ichikoshi. I apologize if I said that wrong.
You said that so wrong.
Oh. So he's the director of this game. And he was contacted by Chunsoft, the company who made this, to be a writer. Because they were making visual novels, but they want to make a visual novels that were like more for the a wide audience kind of thing. So they wanted him to be in a game called 428 Shibuya Scramble, which is I wish I'm not. It's on the list. I'll play it myself. I really want to play that game. But he
Actually, I've played that game.
Have you?
I played the demo for that game. That game sucked.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, you also don't like this, so it's also
Yeah,
like,
I didn't like. I got the demo and I was like, oh, this might be cool. Like, I like the art and all that. I started up and I was like, this is kind of lame.
it's saucy.
He also didn't like another Scramble game.
Yeah, I didn't. So
One that I am
the
quite fond
Persona
of.
5 Strikers.
Oh.
I bought that game.
Yeah,
and
no,
I
you
was
showed
like,
me, yeah.
"Ooh, I
I still
don't
haven't
like
played, so I
this."
can't.
I mean, yeah, I like those kind of games, so
Nah.
that was
But
pretty fun.
well, I guess it's perfect because he when he joined the company, it was too late. He
Okay.
couldn't join that,
Okay.
and I think that was probably perfect because of that. They let him be the director of this game
Okay.
because he was like, oh, he liked like escape rooms, games or whatever. So he was like, oh, I want to
Yeah.
make one that like there's a story to it, and that's like kind of the gimmick of it.
Yeah.
And she was like, all right, so how about I like, so what's the plot gonna kind of be? So he kind of figured out again these names, Rupert Sheldrake's. He's the guy who made up the theory about the
Morphogenetic fields.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Okay.
Yeah.
He's the guy who made that shit. So it's because he like researched stuff, he found that, and he decided that was kind of going to be like the crux of the story.
So I should blame Rupert Sheldrake
Yeah.
for this game.
He's what is he, British? I think so. You know, one of your people.
Yeah, I do like British people.
Now you
actually.
hate them. Now you hate him more.
Now I hate
You're making it sound like Sam's British.
He is British.
I'm
What is he
wearing.
wearing?
I'm wearing a
He's
shirt
wearing
from
a
a
British
British
shirt.
There's a time in his life where he kept saying British things. Like he didn't
Yeah.
know he was saying it. It was
I didn't.
weird.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, it was weird. People
poser.
people kept asking me like, "Why are you saying it like that?"
What were you
are
saying?
talking-"
People
Like,
like, bro,
no, I wouldn't say bruv, but like certain words I would say with like a weird accent. Yeah.
you end a sentence with an accent.
Like I was
bro.
ordering a coffee once and Riley like got mad at me because she's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, oh, can I don't even know. I
Can I get a
can't even
coffee?
do. Yeah, something like that.
Like you'll start English normal, then you
Yeah, I was
start.
like, hey, can I get a
When
coffee?
was Sam? I've known you for like 10 years.
This is like
This is like
more
a
than
year.
10
This is like a year or two
Yeah,
ago
yeah.
now. Yeah.
Oh my.
And it was like random. I just hear it.
Yeah.
I hated it so much.
Everyone hated it.
Oh.
And I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, guys. I'm sorry.
Someone
Anyways,
stop me, please.
so this guy was researching Rupert
Yeah,
Sheldrake.
and then that kind of was like the crux. And then like because like 9, the number is so prominent, there's like a thing called the enneagram of personality, which are 9 personality traits, which each character
Represents.
is one of those 9 things or whatever
Oh.
from the cast. So when he was kind of writing it backwards because it makes more sense to kind of like make the end point and work from there.
Yeah.
And then because the illustrations weren't done yet, once he got the illustrations, he kind of like rewrote the script to make it like more match the character types.
Sure.
The localization of it, the little you're looking at me right in the eyes. A little hoo-ha for that one as well. Games. Oh, I fucking said that right. So they were like, oh, they're gonna localize it. And they were like, this isn't gonna do well. Because none of the dudes who actually worked in that company spoke Japanese. You had no idea if the game was good or not.
Okay.
So they just decided to take a risk though, and they ended up localizing it.
Okay.
And it became like a fucking cult classic. Because of this game was originally gonna be a 1 game only. Because of the popularity in the States, they got a sequel because of that.
Wait.
That's a trend I see a lot with DS games.
Really quickly.
Mm-hmm.
So this localization studio.
I don't think the studio was for localization
Oh, okay.
because why would they have?
I was gonna be like,
Yeah.
how does no one know Japanese at a localization
They
studio?
were looking for them because they can do it.
Oh, okay.
And then they were like, "This is weird."
Yeah.
They decided to do it.
Yeah.
The guy, Ben Bateman, he was like the guy who like editor and shit. He the classic like, oh, certain Japanese things don't make sense for us, so he kind of translates some of this shit.
Yeah.
He had free reign basically, as long as they didn't fuck up the plot.
Yeah.
It was fine.
But there were references, like,
Yeah, they're
baked
like
into it.
to make it more sense for us, which I thought was like it worked well for a lot of some of the stuff. But some of the issue was the translator, the actual translator, did not finish the game. Not Ben, the other person.
Yeah.
I wrote her name. Nobara, that's her name.
Yeah.
She didn't finish the game.
Uh-huh.
So halfway in, she just started translating it, and she started playing more of the game. She learned that like one of the crucial points of this game relies on Japanese, like a pun. So
Okay.
they had to stop everything. You gotta talk to fucking Kotaru, the president guy, director, and he like, all right, so what the fuck we have to do now?
Yeah.
They had to like fucking like had a new meeting for how to translate it
Yeah.
to make it some sense.
Yeah.
So they had to fucking rewrite all of it all over again to like fix it.
Was
Yeah.
it the name?
Well, I'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
But like, because the script was not written in chronological order. So he had to fucking translate it. And so he had to like write notes himself, Ben did,
Yeah.
to fucking translate to make anything sense.
Yeah.
So he had to fucking like basically not play the game and get the plot like randomly and figure out the plot himself.
Huh.
I don't know why. It just seems like it's pretty. I guess because again they didn't want to do it anyway. So it's
Yeah.
probably like minimal amount of work, fucking to do that kind of shit.
Yeah.
But that's kind of like how that came to be. And obviously it was supposed to be a standalone, but became really popular, so they ended up making the sequel, Virtual Last Reward. But a little interesting factoid: the release dates for some of these games, for the date, the month, and the day equal 9.
Oh, that's cool.
Like November 16 was the English one, November 1, 16, 9.
So they didn't care about digital roots for that?
No, it's just that one would be hard.
That would be cool, though.
That would be. I feel like that'd be very difficult to do.
It would be, but,
I think only like not all of the games are like. There's like maybe like 4 of them.
try harder,
Come on, 999.
Do they all like factor around 9? Like the second
No,
one
they
too?
stopped. They kind of stopped that. But it's the gimmicks of this one go
Further.
more and more.
Yeah.
But that's kind of the history of it. What's summary of it's kind of. Without trying to spoil anything, really, it's kind of hard.
Yeah, in general, like the summary is 9 people get kidnapped from their normal lives, and then they wake up in this cruise ship, and the game starts off immediately. You wake up and you're like, "Whoa, what's going on?" And then you have to escape the room.
To introduce
then-
like the puzzle gimmick of the
Yeah,
game.
and then once you get out there, you end up in a lobby where you meet all the other 8 characters, and then somebody named Zero announces on the intercom, "Hey, this is the Nonary game." He explains the concept of digital roots and all that, and then it's like, "Oh, you got to choose and go through doors together." Kind
Yeah.
of.
9 doors,
Find the number 9 door.
Yes.
9 hours. Hence the name, 9 persons. The game's
Yeah.
actually called 9 persons, which I was thought was
Yeah,
funny.
it's 9 persons, 9
persons,
doors, 9 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if they fail the 9 hours, they all drown.
Yes.
Because the ship is sinking.
Yes. And that's
That's kind of the whole plot.
the general plot. And then the game kind of starts with, it's like 2 parts. There's the visual novel part where you're kind of seeing the story play out, and then you can make decisions like who to side with and who to go into rooms with. And then the second half of the game is the actual puzzle solving, where you're looking through rooms and finding items and then connecting stuff and then solving the puzzles.
The latter one of them taking up the most time.
Yes.
Yeah, the translation from DS to consoles and computer,
Yeah.
it is quite like obvious. Where some of the stuff are like, oh, like you have to rotate things. Like normally you would just do that with the DS thing. And because when you mentioned the whole novel, I don't know if you noticed. There's like you can change how the dialogue is shown.
Yeah, adventure mode or novel mode.
So in the DS, it's adventure mode is on the top of the screen and the novel mode is on the bottom.
Okay.
So that's how it was originally. But in this one, you can kind of switch it, and they force you to do one when it's important.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like this one's definitely the better. I've not played the DS version of it, but the stuff they added into this game is fucking better. I know you were complaining earlier, but like you have to replay some of the stuff. It's worse than the DS one.
Yeah.
We have to start from the beginning, no matter what.
Okay.
You have to do everything, no matter what.
I wish you would have told me that we would have to do multiple playthroughs because I thought it was just the 2, but since
well, technically it is 2.
I mean, technically, if you got the good ending first,
Yeah, and the neutral ending.
yeah, but
I think for the experience though, you like if you just like
I think it's nice to experience your own ending and then go for the routes. Like
I
specific
thought
routes.
like the way the doors you choose mattered, but
yeah, I thought so too.
they
I thought
do.
so too.
They do.
yeah,
Not
they
really.
do to an
Yeah.
extent. Like
Because if you go through, we'll talk about
there's
more
3
more
different
spoilers.
paths you'll end up
But
at.
literally in the beginning of the game, the 2 choices, one like takes you to a different like it blocks you out.
Yeah.
You'll end up
automatically.
in the same place, whichever one.
But
you choose.
there's if you go through a certain door, you automatically will never get the good ending.
Yeah.
If you go through a certain door,
Yeah.
and other doors, if you go through those doors at different times, it changes like what ending you get.
Yeah.
Those first 2 doors, like I ended up replaying the first half of the game because I wanted to go through door 4 first. Then I accidentally chose 5.
How do you accidentally choose that?
No, I accidentally chose a couple.
Again,
things.
I don't know how you guys do that.
Like
I
it's just like
understand.
I don't know, just like something about the slip of the finger.
Literally,
Just, oh, okay.
the least gameplay came, and you guys fucked it up.
Well, no, because I didn't realize because I get really, really antsy with stuff like
And you
this.
start pressing X.
I press other buttons.
Oh.
Like I'm like, oh well, R1 doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
And then I found out, oh, that selects stuff. Oh, cool,
Yep.
thank you.
So yeah, no, I ended up playing this game on the first day for around 8 hours,
Jesus.
and only made it through like the first puzzle because I'm like I had to redo that first part just to get back to where I could choose the door again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, your faults though, not the game's fault.
Sure.
Like I think your peeves are like, okay, I don't know how to explain this. You did what I did, but the fact that both of you did it surprised me. Were you trying to speed run it?
No, I wasn't trying to
beat
speed
it.
run. I was just trying to enjoy it.
Because you're saying like, oh, I didn't want to go through all the fucking thing again. Maybe not you, more Alex.
Yeah.
Where he's like, oh, like I had to redo it because I want to go to this door. Like just go to that door then. Like,
Yeah,
fuck, you
no,
already picked it. Like,
because
just go.
I thought they mattered,
Yeah.
but
It does.
after
kind of.
I didn't know that at first. I thought they mattered, and then
What did you think? How much did you think it mattered?
I thought it was gonna be a lot.
Yeah.
No, you end up in the same place regardless of which door you choose. The only
I
difference
think
is
you're
that
over assuming this thing's gonna fucking like some like massive game.
Oh, yeah,
where,
I'm used to RPGs.
Like where this is a visual novel game.
Yeah.
Like
But
you can only do so much.
but you need to know that me and Alex don't play visual novels. What's the last visual novel you played, Alex?
Persona 5.
And that's not a visual novel.
And there's
that's
no
a,
choices
That's a
that matter.
JRPG with visual novel elements.
Yes.
That's it.
So you thought coming in, every door automatically a different thing.
Yeah, I was
different
like,
thing.
I was like, oh yeah, kind of me too. I was like, oh, like this is like.
Have you ever played a game
I was
like that in
thinking
general?
more, I was
though?
thinking more
Kind
like
of. Well, the thing is, I know visual novels are so basic.
Not even visual novels. Like there are games where you give you choices, but in reality, they can just change the dialogue and that's it.
What's that butterfly effect game that came out?
Oh, Until Dawn.
Until Dawn. I thought it was gonna be Until Dawn, where everything you
That game
choose
sucks.
affects your
Oh, okay.
your
different?
whatever you happens.
Yeah, I thought that it was gonna be a little more like that.
Yeah.
That's a good example. Thank you, Alex.
Now that you've said that example, I understand now.
Yeah.
Because there are games where literally Persona 5, for example, there are multiple choices, literally they do nothing.
Yeah.
You just say one different thing and someone replies differently. That's literally it.
That's it. Yeah.
Mhm.
A lot of visual novels are like that. So kind of these kind of games where like they're kind of the next step of like you go through these doors and you go through different plot points.
Yeah.
And you learn different things through different endings.
Sure.
But I feel like you guys souring on it like immediately of like you don't like the gimmick of it.
I will
I didn't say I
say.
didn't like it.
Yeah.
I just said it was annoying at first.
And I will say, I didn't sour on it until after the neutral ending. That's when I got sour on it. But I'll get into that later in the spoiler section.
Wait, did
I
you
liked it.
Did
I
you
liked
even
it.
get the good ending?
And,
You'd have
no,
to.
yeah, I had to
You
get
have
through
to
it.
because we all beat it.
Okay.
Let's go out of that. Let's talk about the actual kind of big thing, the 9 characters. Let's kind of talk about some of the characters.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
And I think another thing with art style, I love it.
Yeah.
I like it.
I think why didn't you like it?
Certain characters look kind of goofy or like
Not their
gross.
design. I meant like
as a character.
like the pixels.
What?
Because maybe because again I play a lot of visual novels. A lot of visual novels, they're just a fucking like a stand-in picture.
Oh.
Like they're just a picture.
Oh, you mean the art?
And the art. That's why I said art. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
There's some motion to it.
There's sometimes there's motions. They kind of move sometimes.
Yeah,
Or like,
sometimes it
thought
freaked me out.
I
So
thought
I
it
was
was
like,
pretty cool.
yeah.
like one's a character who like jumps in excitement. Like,
Yeah,
just actually jump.
the
Yeah.
one with Clover, right?
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty. I thought that
Like
was pretty
there's a lot of like,
adorable.
random times where you kind of see, you're like, oh, this is nice. Or, like,
Yeah.
So I'm used to like just visual novels. They're just a fucking picture.
Static image.
Don't fucking move, and it's kind of creepy sometimes.
Yeah.
Now games are more advanced, but like back then it's even like, oh, this is nice.
And there's
Well,
like
I thought it was kind of creepy because like it would be static for so long and then it'd be like, now I'm moving, and it's like, whoa, what are you doing?
I think for me, because again, I'm a visual novel guy.
I
so,
thought it
like,
was cool that like most characters had a different like
yeah, no one had the same really. Like,
Pen.
no
picture.
Yeah.
they had like a different picture for each like for different emotions.
Yeah, they did. That was-
I
again,
thought that
like,
was pretty
That's
cool.
like nothing to like how vision like normal vision novels. Maybe now, but like back then it's like just a picture. Maybe sometimes they'll have like a happy face, a sad face, and that's about it.
Yeah.
A blush face, just literally just red lines on the face.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
nothing added different.
yeah.
I like characters like that. They move. They kind of like you can kind of see their expressions.
Yeah.
And for certain scenes, there's like more to it or whatever.
But in general, the characters, I mean, I kind of liked them all. There wasn't a character I really hated or didn't really like. Like,
I think the only let's go through some of them real quick.
sure. We can start with
Because
just the numbers then.
yeah, because they're like they think this guy Cat Zero. They're like, let's not say our names because what if they did? Like, they think they just got all captured random because there's no connection between all of them when they meet. So they're like, why would we? Like, this must be random.
Yeah.
Let's just not say our names. Let's pick numbers. So
Or code names.
Let's
yeah,
name
because they
ourselves
have a
that.
bracelet
Yeah.
that has a number on it. So they're deciding. That's how they decide their name. So for example, Ace is 1, 2. I almost called Santa. Snake 3. Santa 4. Clover and 5.
Easy.
Because he's the main. You play as a Junpei.
Yeah.
He gets outed immediately
Yeah.
because the only 2 characters know each other immediately.
That's why they decided to use code names
because
this dude.
number 6, June, immediately said Junpei's name out loud.
Yeah.
Threw him under the bus.
Yeah.
Fucking, he's fucked basically.
Yeah.
So he has to use. He has no nickname, so he's just
Yeah.
Junpei.
Yeah.
7 is just 7.
Yeah.
8 is Lotus, and then 9 is the 9th man.
who doesn't get a name.
Yeah, because he.
Let's just say 9.
get into that,
Let's just say
yeah.
9. So we want. I don't want to
Yeah.
with that part either.
Yeah.
And then 9 is also just 9.
Yeah.
So like, no, you don't know their names.
Mhm.
Honestly, I don't remember any of their names, anyways. Only except for the childhood friend.
Yeah.
And obviously Junpei because it's his fucking.
I
name.
know Ace's
Yeah.
name.
Oh, yeah.
Not his full name.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But like, they're all completely different. Like, there's a fucking 7 is a giant. Fucking Ace is an old man.
Yeah. Lotus is like
I
a.
love we both said Lotus first together.
Okay.
Because
I like Lotus.
I know you. He's like a belly dancer.
Yeah.
They say she's old. I don't
think
looks
she is.
no.
I
I think
looks-
that's like a classic Japanese joke.
I think
though.
just to fight with 7.
I think,
I think so.
because that's Japan loves that shit. Where like if you're older than like 30, they're
Yeah.
like you're old.
Yeah.
So like that's kind of like a classic like Japanese joke thing or whatever.
Yeah.
Then there's June, which is just like a kind of a normal girl.
She's like the childhood friend. That's pretty much
Yeah.
her archetype.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Snake is just another just tall guy.
But Snake is blind.
Is that a thing they say?
He is
without
blind.
spoilers?
Yeah.
Is it immediately? Okay.
That's like a very early on.
You can't say the other thing, but he's
Yeah,
blind.
yeah.
Yeah.
And like, which I think is funny. His name, Snake Eyes.
Yeah, yeah.
He's fucking blind or
Exactly.
whatever.
Yeah.
He's my favorite character. By the way, Snake is my favorite character. Santa.
He's cool.
He's kind of also just like a normal guy, really.
Yeah. If you played Persona 5, I got real Ryuji vibes off of that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like hot-headed.
And I
Yep.
I love my boy Ryuji, so I like Santa.
Too bad he's not voiced by Ryuji.
That would have
He's
been
voiced by
awesome.
someone else in
Yeah.
Persona 5, though.
Who?
Shima-kun.
Oh, really?
He has the same voice actor.
Oh.
But then...
I noticed it when he was when you hear him as a kid.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
okay,
that's
okay.
true.
But then there's
Clover, who's kind of like the
She's-
ditzy girl.
yeah, but she's dressed up as like a schoolgirl. She's got like
She-
the
I
outfit.
feel like she is.
She is, but she's got
Probably
the
the
outfit.
youngest.
I
of, like,
forgot
all
what
of
she
them.
Yeah.
looks like. I remember the pink hair. That's it.
And she's got the
She's
weird
like she's like a
headphones.
small, yeah, she's like a small fucking massive hair.
Yeah. And then Ace is the put together. He kind of looks like somebody did a fan drawing of like Solid Snake kind of. He's got the
Yeah, I can
beard
see
and the
that,
hair.
yeah.
He's got the tactical. It looks like a tactical sweater, like the turtleneck. It looks
Yeah,
really
yeah,
tight
yeah.
on him.
He's so ripped, probably.
Yeah, yeah.
Since you guys convinced me to watch JoJo, all I see is this character in JoJo.
Oh, Jotaro.
No.
I meant Joseph. Sorry,
Joseph.
Sorry. I don't know why I said Jotaro.
He looks like
It's the same
Joseph
voice
if he
actor.
took his hat off.
It's the
Yeah,
same
I
voice
guess
actor,
so.
It's like it's kind of perfect.
Is it the same voice actor?
Yeah,
Yeah.
The guy who does Ace is Joseph. He's all Raiden
Oh.
in like the Mortal Kombat games and shit.
I don't know.
But like, I think Snake. It's kind of obvious that he's blind because his fucking eyes are like.
He never opens his
yeah,
eyes.
he never.
Yeah.
opens.
They're
But
always
there are
closed.
characters in anime
Yeah.
where they just have lines for eyes,
Like
but they
Brock.
have eyes.
Yeah.
So like sometimes I'm like, is he blind? Because they also anime fight where they have colored hair.
Yeah.
Like Santa has gray hair, but he's young, so like that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, yeah. Clover has pink hair. you
Yeah,
know,
Snake has
stuff
like gray kind. He's like
Yeah.
gray silver kind.
Yeah,
of.
yeah, yeah.
Like Jumpy. I was calling. I just realized I was calling Jumpy. Sorry, Junpei. That's what June calls
Junpei.
Junpei. He calls him Jumpy.
Yeah.
But like he's like the most normal. Him and June
Mhm,
probably the most
mhm.
normal looking characters really. Well, June's attire is like kind of like interesting. Well, honestly, Junpei's attire is also kind of weird. Yeah, like the Back to the
it's-
Future look.
It's
Kind of.
He has like a vest over like his
yeah,
shit. Or
that's
whatever.
how people were dressing back in like the 2000s.
Yeah. So it makes
Also,
sense.
like make him distinct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Seven, like looks like he's a fucking like he like fishes.
I thought he was
like
a fisherman.
like a port
yeah.
man or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Obviously, Lotus is like the sexual character, big titties and like a very revealing clothing. Sam has a massive erection as he's thinking about his eyes closed and thinking about her again.
Yeah.
And then there's Nine, who looks just like
he looks
Sam.
like he looks exactly like Sam, which is
So
creepy
what
as
about
fuck.
what about the ninth man reminds you?
your hair,
It's
your
my
glasses.
glasses,
Oh my god.
and your hair,
Okay.
Shave and you'll
and your
look just like the Night.
and your like height.
My
Because
height.
he's
He's
short.
short,
He's
yeah.
probably the shortest guy.
He's
Hey,
a short guy.
Sam, I think you find your next Halloween costume.
Oh my
And you're
God.
definitely the shortest
If
of
I
all of us,
grow my
too.
hair out, yeah, sure, I'll dress up as the ninth man.
I think like me and Alex are like the same size as like maybe not Seven. Seven is tall. Maybe like Snake.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
Alex
I-
could do Snake, and then you could do like Ace.
Yeah, because I saw a picture of all of them standing together. Seven is massive. He's so much taller
Jeez.
than like everyone. He's like a head taller than Ace.
Jesus Christ.
So like that's how massive. They call him like a mountain of a man, basically.
yeah.
I think
like a tank.
not height wise, but are you good? Everything good?
Yeah. For some reason, I thought that it wasn't charging. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
okay.
So I think-
Besides height wise, I think Santa has more of my style and like clothing and all that.
yeah, he's got like the black scarf and like
White
the,
shirt.
the white
Yeah.
shirt. He's cool, man. He's,
Yeah, like, he's like the sexy boy.
he's cool, man. I love him.
You know, I think Snake.
Oh, a good thing you called me handsome earlier.
My favorite group was Lotus, Santa, and
June
I guess
and
June.
June and Junpei.
That was my favorite. Like
That's like the first
scenario.
door.
Yeah, the first. Yeah, that's why I went through that.
Yeah,
door.
yeah, yeah. That's like the.
But I mean, there's not really much we can talk about without spoiling it. So how about we just go to the section where if we recommend it or not?
Yeah, all my notes are spoilers.
Yeah, everything else I have to say about this game is a spoiler. Like
I'm
really,
trying to think to make sure if we cover anything else.
I mean, I don't think so.
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, one thing. So my other like experience I have with visual novels is probably Persona, and one thing I liked that this like the visual side of it did, or that this did that Persona didn't, was how when you click a dialogue option, Junpei says what you click, unlike in Persona where it gives
Oh,
you like
yeah.
a different version of whatever you're saying.
Yeah,
A lot of like the games where you play the main character doesn't act, like doesn't voice act,
Yeah.
like almost at all,
yeah,
unless it's because there are times where it's a picture, it's like kind of like the cutscene.
yeah.
They're called CGs, and that's usually when like the main character and like visual novels talk. Even then, like if you're talking about like I play a lot of like just like romance ones.
Yeah.
Like they never talk because you're supposed to be like you or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, because even their faces will be like
Yeah, they're
covered
just
up.
not showing
Yeah.
it. Like,
Yeah.
their hair is fucking blocking. That's like the meme of like the hentai protagonists. Like you can't see their eyes. 'Cause
Yeah,
you can relate to you can see them.
exactly.
But like games like Danganronpa and like all those ones where like the main character, he does have a voice actor, but they only voice in like either like the big scenes or the CG scenes, but never like in the
in the actual game.
normal scenes.
Yeah,
And then this one's like it's kind of nice. 'Cause, like you're not supposed to be Junpei. Like
no,
he
Junpei's
is his own
person.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I like that. Where like he is like his own man.
Yeah,
And I think the voice acting in general is really good. I think the only character I don't know how you got Ace. Sometimes some of his voice acting was kind of weird to me. Like he sounded very like bland.
He sounds like a robot sometimes.
sometimes,
Yeah.
but I think that's kind of what he's going for. Like,
Yeah, probably.
I mean, I was gonna say something, but it's probably spoiler.
Yeah.
So let's, yeah,
I think, but like yeah, the voice acting like
Yeah.
I thought it was so weird. Jumpy. I keep saying it.
Jumpy?
I really want to say
Just call him
Jumpy.
Jumpy.
I don't know why I want to though.
Just call him Jumpy.
Junpei, his voice actor. I looked him up because I was like, I like his voice a lot. He literally doesn't do anything. Like he does fucking like Monster High, like the fucking like Bratz shit or whatever. Like he's not. He's a lot of, like it's that and like random ass shit. Like he's not in a lot of like anime.
nothing good.
Okay.
Like he's in the game series I play, like Trails of Cold Steel.
Yeah.
And in these games, obviously.
But
Like and then
nothing
what's
else.
like something Spice or something, whatever. Like the Crunchyroll anime.
Oh yeah,
He's
yeah.
in that. Other than that, literally like fucking weird like real life shit like Monster High and all that stuff. Like so he's not in a lot of like
Anime. and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
and
which I
big
thought was
games.
interesting, yeah.
It is weird. Actually, you know what? I did think of one thing we could talk about that's not
Voice
spoilers.
actors.
No, not voice actors. Actually, just the other half of the game, the escape room section.
Yeah, sure.
Ah,
Yeah,
we
we
can
can
just
okay.
talk a bit about like,
Yeah.
because like I haven't played an escape room. I've been wanting to do like real life escape rooms, and I just haven't had a chance to.
Video idea.
That would be fun. But
me being upset all the time. Oh, this doesn't make any sense. I don't get it.
we're gonna strap GoPros to our foreheads, and it's
Where's
just
the rewind button?
yeah. But so I've always wanted to do one, but I've never done one, and I've never really played escape room type games either.
I've never either.
So this was my first attempt at it, but it wasn't too bad. I didn't struggle that much.
I feel like real life escape rooms would be much
For
more
sure.
difficult.
For sure.
Well, I think because obviously because you have to actually move.
Yeah.
You have to look for things.
Yeah.
As opposed to this game, we kind of just like
This game, you can just
You
go
click
around,
on the thing,
click
it's
into
like-
everything, see what.
This
yeah, you
does
can just
something.
keep clicking things eventually,
Yeah.
and you get hint. Oh, I think in real life they give you hints as well. Actually.
Yeah.
Like the intercom guy would be like, maybe you should check this.
should check.
I mean, besides that, the puzzles up until like the true ending,
later half
the true
ones.
ending
Yeah, the
puzzles.
later half
Yeah.
ones get
Yeah.
really hard.
They're not that hard.
No.
There was one. Oh, the kitchen one.
Oh, I hate that.
I got stumped so hard
Yeah.
on the safe.
Well, this game also likes to mess around with like numbers because the Nonary game.
Yeah.
So at first they begin with the concept of a digital root, which they explain as
We go to base numbers.
then you go to base numbers, and I've never been good with base numbers, even though I'm a computer science major. Like I still kind of struggle with that. So I struggled in that kitchen puzzle part myself, and there's just a lot of math, a lot more math than I thought would be involved.
The
in
game
this
gives you a calculator.
It gives you a
It's just
calculator.
Like, thank God.
I ended up using my phone calculator.
Yeah, me too.
I think I just like I think like if I needed that advanced math, then yeah. But,
Yeah.
like, I think I just use the.
Yeah.
Also, I like math, and I'm not that bad at math.
I think-
so, like, maybe I didn't have that much difficulty.
But
That's just, I guess the difference between us. Like
yeah,
how like you're. Well, let's talk about like kind of like the end puzzle stuff as well. Where like that kind of relates to like depending on your level of stuff.
I'll tell you about the men puzzles soon.
But also like kind of the differences in the original game and this one as well.
Yeah,
But like yeah, the puzzles, I like them. They were like, I'm glad there wasn't like a timer.
mm-hmm.
There really is no
Oh
timer.
my god, if there was a timer, I'd
That
be
would've been
dead.
bad.
I would be dead.
Because like it's mostly just plot relevance of like when the time kind of comes. So when you do the puzzle, you kind of just do the puzzles like as long as you need or whatever.
Yeah,
And I think like that's like the times where you kind of get the character interactions, where like if you go to one room, you can only have certain people in that room with you. So you have, like you're forced to like now you have to conversate with it's called Loctane. I don't know why. It's called Octane for some reason. Lotus and
Yeah.
like Santa. In another room you might have like Ace and Seven.
Yeah.
Or a Snake and like whoever. Like so you got like certain kind of like character interactions where like so we kind of learn some of these character stuff.
Sure.
Where like they're kind of their personalities and like certain characters have beef with other characters, like they don't do well with each other.
yeah,
And like other characters were like plot relevance you learn because you go through this character, but like it wouldn't make sense because like you would never know to talk to that person anyways. So you
Yeah.
never would have learned that plot point unless you went to that room with them. So like there's certain plot points that only make sense if you go through certain doors or whatever.
yeah. If you go through a certain path, it'll.
Like you talk to certain characters or whatever. Because this game has 6 endings
yeah,
and 5 if you want to count one of them is not as important. But like there are different endings you get.
yeah.
But there's really only one. There's one true ending. In order to get said ending, you have to get a different ending.
Basically, essentially the neutral.
A
end.
neutral
Which
ending
it
to get the
makes
normal.
sense.
Yeah.
Yes, it makes
And
sense.
I liked why it did it.
Yes, but I hate it at the same time, and I will explain that later.
And the other endings are kind of like plot, like give you more plot points or whatever. But in reality, you can just do the 2 routes if you're just big brain, or you use a guide.
Yeah.
to just kind of go through the necessary routes.
So
I think overall,
yeah,
Sam, the one who obviously the most negative about it. You can go ahead.
sure. If you like,
Wrong.
listen, if you like visual novels, or at least interested in them, and if you're interested in escape rooms or like them, this is totally for you. If you are exposed to visual novel style games through Persona or like Fire Emblem, and you're like, man, I should try out some other visual novels, this is not what you want to play, personally. I think this story gets a little too convoluted and a little too annoying to me. But if you're okay with random bullshit being thrown in every once in a while, go ahead and play it. I mean, it's fine. It's not expensive. It's not super long.
It's pretty available.
Yeah, and
like it's not you don't have to fucking buy a DS and then get the game.
Yeah, exactly.
PS4, PC, Xbox, like
It's-
I think you have to buy both.
But do you
It's a bundle.
recommend it or not? That's the question.
I would not recommend it to most people. No.
Did you regret playing this?
Do I regret? I don't regret playing it because I've at least can say I've played a visual novel.
Yeah.
But playing this game has not made me want to play other visual novels because I'm just like, oh, well, if this is the best or one of the best, well, then it's all downhill from here. Personally, to me. But Alex, since you're a little more positive about this, let's hear from you.
I would recommend it.
To anyone?
To anyone, yeah. No, it like let's say you just want to kill a couple hours. This is a good game. Like
long.
I mean, besides the real ending, the other endings go by really quick. Like I beat my second run. I beat it in like a couple hours, but that's probably because I spent through most of it. Only really time you really gotta pay attention is when you're doing new routes or when your first playthrough.
I will say I do like that the game can automatically know if you've seen something before because it'll let you skip it.
Yes.
But it'll stop like when you skip it. It doesn't like skip the entire scene. It'll just like run through the text really quickly. But it'll stop at the moment where it's like you haven't seen this before. So here,
That's
me
a
show
lot of
you.
like visual novels. They do that.
That's
Where, like,
cool.
You have to like kind of go back, or like people who want to play like a different route.
Yeah.
You can just skip everything that isn't what you've seen already.
Yeah, so that's cool. I like that part.
Yeah, no, this is a video game for people who don't like complicated games.
Yeah.
My little sister, I feel like she would be all over this.
Yeah, if you got stumped by Elden Ring, this is probably probably what you want to play.
No, she had hard times playing Last of Us. She beat it, but I feel like she would probably like this more. This little
Would she
puzzle.
though? I mean,
What's that?
like, would she? Like, some of these stuff is like,
I mean,
some of it difficult for me. So like,
Just tell her to get play with a guide.
it's easier than playing like shooters for her. So I'd say like
I guess it depends what you.
I feel
what
like
you
the
find
casual
difficult.
person
Yeah.
would enjoy this.
A lot more easier than some other
Yeah.
games. Yeah, that makes sense.
So I would recommend this to anyone.
Okay.
So for me, I am the visual novel expert. I definitely played this way later in my visual novel too. So it wasn't like my first like. It's not even my first like gameplay fuse with the video. Like I played Danganronpa I think first before this. Anyways, I played it way later.
This is
But-
not your first in any kind.
Yeah. Well, except for the series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of disagree with what Alex said about like anyone. I don't think anyone could. Honestly, if you don't like Japanese anime shit, no one. I don't think you would really like these kind of games.
Yeah, you might think it's pretty cringe.
Like, or you just wouldn't get some of the stuff. 'Cause a lot of stuff like it makes sense because if you watch anime, you kind of understand like some of their things they say. It makes sense. Like some of the plot we'll talk about later, where like they don't make sense in English, but they kind of make sense in Japan.
sure.
But like if you're kind of used to anime, you kind of already know that shit anyways. Like there are certain things where if you got a normal person, like
Well, anime is pretty mainstream now. Like
now, but this is like back then.
someone our age.
This came out.
but we're talking about recommending it to someone
Yeah.
now.
This is
So
the
you
first
said-
one.
Someone our age is most likely exposed to anime.
But the thing is though, this game came out in 2009, so it's written 2009, not written now. So like it's also like has the older kind of anime tropes in it as well.
Yeah.
It doesn't have like the newer stuff. So it's also like I can't imagine you grabbing a random Joe. I can't go my coworker and be like, hey dog.
you should play 999.
Yeah,
No.
go play Elden Ring because that's like big popular though.
Yeah.
But like I wouldn't be like, yo dog, play. I would be embarrassed to tell someone I played 999.
Someone,
Like, I don't know if I would tell
someone that you're like good friends with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like. But then again, fucking like this game, I agree with Sam as well. Where a lot of the plot points, it takes a big jump. But that's I think a lot of anime games in general to me though.
That's
Where
most
a lot
games.
of anime games, it goes from like 0 to 100, some random ass shit, and then you're just like, what the fuck? Like fucking. We'll talk more about the spoilers. Obviously, I recommended it, so obviously I like the game.
Yeah.
Is it my favorite of that kind of genre? No.
So what is your favorite? in that
Probably
genre?
Danganronpa.
Danganronpa? I've heard that's good. And maybe I should have
I
played
think
that.
because when we picked I wanted to play Danganronpa first. That's what I was trying to say, but you were like, no, I can't do that. So,
Really?
Yeah, because I was like, oh, can I pick Danganronpa? And you were like, no, we have to do what the wheel says.
Oh, yeah, we have to do what the wheel says.
Yeah, but I was like, can we do Danganronpa first? Because that one makes more. That one's like I think better than this. But I don't even know if you would like it though. Because again, I don't know if you would like this. I don't know if you would like that.
Well, I'll get into why I
Well,
didn't like it, and then you'll go
Yeah,
from there.
but I only played it because again, it's critically acclaimed. I wouldn't agree with the acclaims. It's definitely not like the best of the best.
There's a lot of acclaim
It's
for this
not
game. Like, I'm surprised.
groundbreaking.
It is very like I was also surprised because I was excited because when I played it, I'm like, oh, I just played Danganronpa. I'm like, oh, it's gonna scratch that itch I had.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I just would recommend it. And for people who like already kind of into the anime things and like games like that, I would. And if you don't like it, then just fucking stop playing it. Like
Don't play
if you get to that point, because I know we're saying something about like there's certain plot points where like kind of steers to a different direction. If you don't like it, then you just stop fucking playing.
I mean,
No. It doesn't steer into a different direction. It whips it into an entirely different.
well,
side.
no, we'll talk about
It
it.
whips it over.
We'll
okay?
talk about it when we talk about it.
that's most games though. You're gonna play any game. Any game's gonna give you that.
No,
Dude,
not playing Call of Duty. That's not gonna.
Okay,
it's not gonna turn to
that's
fucking
not a
like
real
Doctor
game.
Simulator.
All right.
not a real
Let's get into the spoiler section. My first thing that I want to say in the spoiler section, because I want to go through like almost like my chronological path.
Yes.
Like, you know, I played through the routes, and then the first moment where I was like, yo, what the fuck, was when I died in the bad ending. I feel like I died for no reason. I was like, what? Okay.
Oh, the knife one.
The knife ending. Yeah, I got the knife ending, and it's just like, oh, somebody's missing. Okay. And then you go look for them, and then you find Lotus is dead, and it's like, oh, wow. Like, that's kind of interesting.
What pass did you take?
I started with the room, I think it was 4,
Uh-huh.
and then I don't remember the numbers, but it was just it was here. It's the two bedrooms, and then the kitchen, and then
Yeah, that's store 4.
and then the one with Clover and Lotus, the laboratory, or what was that one?
Yeah, it's a laboratory.
And then from there, I went to the furnace room with Ace, Ace, Santa, and
June.
June, yeah.
Okay,
And then I went through there.
pretty sure we had the same place.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. But yeah, I was just kind of like, I understand, hey, it's the bad ending. It should motivate you to keep playing. And I was like, that's annoying, but okay. I want to see where this is going. So I'm going to leave it off there in case you guys want to talk about your first run or how you felt about your first run.
Most of my notes on my first one is like, oh, this person seems kind of sus. This person seems kind of sus. And it's just a lot more of that. And-
Sussy. Whoever was sus.
It's just Among Us.
Yeah, the one that stood out the most was probably because I wrote the one that stood out the most for sure were Snake and
Snake.
Snake and Santa.
Okay.
And one of them makes sense for the true ending,
Yeah.
but I don't know. They were making Snake to be very sus.
Snake did seem kind of sus, but
We find out that's not really.
yeah.
Yeah, for me, I remember my first run. I didn't get because Alex, he didn't mention it. He got the knife ending as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are technically 3 other endings besides those ones.
Yeah.
I got a different one. I got submarine
Okay.
ending, and that one's it gives you way more details than the knife one. I think the knife one's probably the worst ending
Yeah.
because it gives you the least amount of details humanly possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't even find out who killed you in that.
Yeah. Well, the other ones you don't either. But because it's supposed to be like, oh, you don't, because it would have revealed the whole plot.
Also, there's
Oh,
only
okay.
like what 2 endings where you one ending where you survive.
I guess, yeah.
There is whatever.
Yeah, sure.
But the submarine one's different. Where fuck, who's it is?
I think Santa's in it.
It's you're with Seven, Lotus, and you,
Okay.
and then you kind of find everyone because everyone's gone,
Yeah.
and then you see Ace, Clover, and Santa dead.
Oh,
They're cut open,
okay.
and then Seven checks like their Clover's pulse, like oh they're dead,
Yeah.
and then you find you go by yourself to find June,
Yeah.
and then you find she's dead too, and then you kind of have like a heartfelt like
Thing. yeah.
emotions or whatever, even
Yeah.
though no one confesses, which I'm like, come on.
Yeah.
And then you look around, and that's there's a submarine there,
Mhm.
and then you go back, and then everyone is dead again, like
Mhm.
Seven and
And
Lotus. And the one of the things that I don't know how I feel about it, like, and you mentioned it too, when we talk about ourselves like off mic, but we're like after he sees everyone dead, he's like, oh, he turns into like a zombie state where like he just mindlessly walking, like he just because everyone's dead around him,
Yeah.
he's kind of just walking, and like he doesn't know what he's doing. Then he gets fucking stabbed in the back, and then he gets pushed and drowned,
Okay.
and then he dies in the fucking water, and you don't see who
Who killed
the
you?
killer is. And I feel like some of those bits were like he's in a zombie comatose state. There's a lot of endings of that they kind of go like
Yeah,
that, and the
yeah.
knife one they kind of just go like, oh, I got stabbed, or you know more than me.
Yeah, it's just like the bitter. It was like the bitter something of lovers, because like right before you get stabbed, you have this heartfelt moment with June, and then it just goes into the novel mode and it's just text, and
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of lame. Also, like I was like, oh, now it's not adventure mode text, it's novel mode, and I'm like, all right, whatever, but I don't know, it just felt kind of bland, and like it left me wanting more, and I understand that's the point of it, but at the same time, like I felt like cheated out of something. You know what I mean? Like I felt like I got cheated out of a good ending, or at least something that was like, oh, that makes sense. Okay, cool.
A lot of visual novels are like that, where like you make one wrong choice, and it kind of like you're locked into the bad ending now.
Yeah.
Where like now you have to kind of restart
Yeah.
and like go from like what you did wrong. Day Robert's not like that, by the way.
Yeah.
There is no like if you just get wrong, you just got like a game where you kind of just restart the thing, like the scene. But basically, there's no like wrong choice. The fuck you got to play like 30 more minutes, and then there's a like the Day Robert's kind of like you do what you have to do.
Yeah.
And this one, it's like the other ending, the axe ending. I assume none of you guys got that one.
No.
That one's interesting because I got that one second. And that one's very different than the other ones because you actually do see who kills who people.
Yeah.
So that one is the ending where you go with Ace and Clover to like the crew thing or whatever when you find
The captain's quarters.
captain's quarters.
Yeah.
And in that one, Clover steals the axe. And when we all meet up together, like everyone can cruise up or whatever, Clover goes with I think it's Lotus, Santa, Seven, and June. They all go, and then like she comes back by herself. And they're like, "Where's everyone?" And like she drops all the watches.
Oh.
So she killed everyone.
Yeah.
But she only wanted to kill Santa, Seven, and just those because she thinks they're the ones who killed Snake.
Okay.
So and then like she only killed June because she got in the way. She was like, "Oh, don't do it." She killed him, and then she's like, "Oh, you and me can go
Yeah.
to get out of here." And like when he goes to get her hand, she cuts his hand off too to get the bracelet.
Yeah.
And then she leaves.
Okay.
And then she's like, "Oh, yeah." She leaves. And then you die in a zombie comatose state. Like you just stay there, like, ooh. Yeah, you die. So you're kind of led to believe that Clover is like
the killer.
yeah, in some aspect. And then there's another ending where it's literally the most. It's kind of like if you do everything right except not get the neutral ending, you'll get the coffin ending, which is literally when you make it to the coffin, and they're like, "What do we do?" And they're like, "Well, we can't do anything," and that's it.
Oh.
And then that's the only ending you get a to be continued.
Okay.
Because that's when you learn. That's when you think, "Oh, this is the right. I'm missing something."
Yeah.
It kind of like leads you like there's another ending.
Yeah.
I have to get to.
Yeah.
And then there's the neutral ending.
Yeah.
Which is the only like necessary thing to get to the good ending.
Which is the zero lost ending.
Yeah. So I'll get into the neutral ending now.
Real quick, sorry.
Yeah.
In the original game, it was called the safe ending.
Oh,
it
really?
wasn't called the
zero loss.
yeah,
ending.
that was it changed it to be the Nonary Games.
Okay.
The zero loss one.
Well, this one I was like, oh, I don't want to replay stuff I've done before, so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna skip to the pivotal moments because I was at this point I was like, I'm just gonna get a guide. I'm not gonna try to fumble around to figure out the neutral ending. And the guide was just like, oh, go through these doors, and that's it. And I'm like, okay, cool. Well, I messed up by going through the wrong door at the beginning. So if I just go through the right door and then just skip everything else, I should be fine. No. Actually, the game has certain checkpoints where it checks if you listen to certain dialogue, which I guess makes sense. But on the other hand, like I feel like that's something that people who write guides should let me know. You know, hey, like
Well, to be fair, the guy said go through door 5 first.
It does say go
like-
through these doors, but I feel like you should say the reason that you get the ending is affected by the dialogue that you hear, not just the doors you go through. Again, I was still in the mindset it's because of the doors, not the dialogue. I didn't know that it was the dialogue.
I mean, I don't know. I'm like, I don't know how I mean, but like, if a dialogue, I mean, if the thing tells me to do this thing and I don't do it, then I try to do everything else. I mean, kind of obvious. I'm gonna fuck it up.
I don't know.
It's like if a recipe's like, do this thing first, and then you don't do it, and you fuck it up. You're like, well, fuck, it's the recipe's fault.
No.
It's like, no, well, like, you just fucked up the first step. That's your fault.
If a recipe is like, oh, make a cake and frosting, if I just buy frosting instead of making frosting, I should be fine.
That's not what you did, though.
No, yes, I did.
No, you're supposed to.
I did one part of it, and then the rest of it was already done for me.
But
So
the
I
other
did it.
thing would be more of like you being like, oh, you need milk for the cake, and instead you got water, and you put water.
That's
instead,
not what-
And then
no.
you're a bit like, oh,
No.
well, I fucked up one thing. Everything else is right, though.
No,
Yes.
no.
Alex, you agree, right?
I didn't have any problems like that.
Well, he doesn't
Sam.
agree anyway.
No.
Please don't.
But with this analogy,
I'm
What-
agreeing
what
with
analogy?
you.
Yeah, he agrees with me. My
agree
analogy
with
makes more
you.
sense.
What do you mean?
Because you have to do it in order.
Yes.
So
which
if
is
you
what
do,
I
if
did.
you do a recipe
You
incorrectly in
changed-
order,
Sam,
you fuck it
changed
up.
one thing.
Yes, I changed.
You
the
changed one
only
thing.
important thing.
Yes,
was to
exactly.
Go through the right door.
No.
At the beginning, I went through door 5.
There's
instead of door
multiple
4.
things you need to
But
get
I
to that neutral ending. You
If you
did one
replace-
of them.
But I didn't know that. and the game. I feel like
No,
I
but
was
that's
not communicating.
That's like if
That's
you like
not the
make
game's
a fucking
fault.
cookie.
no, but I'm not saying it's the game's fault. I'm saying it's the guide's fault.
No,
Because
it's not. I still don't think that's right.
Every
though.
guide I read never said anything about dialogue.
Because it makes sense. It's
I-
natural.
doesn't.
Why would you fucking think
followed
if
a
you
guide
fucked it
and I
up
got the
in the
neutral
beginning that
ending.
it's okay, you can keep going? That makes no sense.
I just thought, oh well, I don't want to play this puzzle again, so let me just skip
Sam,
it since I've done it already.
I followed a guide. I got the neutral ending.
So, anyways,
it's your fault
sure.
because you're dumb.
So I
you think
was
for some reason you
annoyed.
think that made sense.
Yeah, because I was like, why would it make me want to play the puzzle again? Whatever. Because I didn't realize that the dialogue I needed to hear was in the puzzle rooms that I wanted to skip. Because I was like, I've done this already. I don't need to do it again.
if
Whatever.
you'd done it, you should have known how to solve it.
You're right. But at the same time, I didn't want to waste any time. I just was like, I'm just running through it. So, yes, the second run, I got the knife ending again because I didn't realize that I needed to hear dialogue. So then I was looking through Reddit pages and somebody was like, oh, yeah, you need to hear dialogue in this room, in this room. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess I got to do this again. So then I ran through it again. I got the neutral ending. And then it starts mentioning more about morphogenetic fields and this idea that there's people who are senders and receivers. And I was like, okay, that's kind of a cool concept. And I will say one side tangent thing. Everyone is strangely knowledgeable about a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah, because you figure out later that everyone's connected to each other besides
Sure.
Junpei.
But like June knows a shit ton about the Titanic. Like, and like,
Okay,
there's Ice Nine.
her stuff
like,
makes a lot of sense.
hers makes sense, right?
Her makes the most sense. Her and Santa's makes the most sense.
But Seven doesn't really make sense.
Why?
He knows about Ice Nine and he knows about like
He was
all
doing
Because he
Research.
worked. Because he is a detective.
He's doing
he did
research.
research for
Yeah.
that case.
The only one I don't get is Lotus.
Yeah,
How does
that's
she
true.
play?
Yeah,
She's
that-
the one that makes the least sense.
Yeah,
Sure.
how does she
Because,
play
like,
into
oh,
all of it?
Well, no, she. Oh, you don't know why she's linked?
No.
In the interview,
No, she's not
her
linked at
her
all.
two. Oh, well, maybe, that must
It might be something they reveal later because I know that later on a lot of these characters have involved again.
her two daughters were in the experiment, the original.
Ah.
Her two twins were part of the same
That's-
original Nonary game.
Yeah, that's something
Something
that they
the-
let
the-
you know later.
That's something they don't let you know in this game.
Yeah, they do.
No, they don't.
Yeah, there's a scene.
No, they don't.
Yes, because
No.
Seven is like he has like a flat. I think it must be one of the different endings then.
Probably.
I think it is
yeah.
because
No.
I remember there's a scene where Seven says her daughter's name,
Mm.
and then did you guys ever do the one where you have to strap her in a chair?
No,
No.
what?
That's the one I did. That's one of the end. Which one ending is that though?
I feel like that should be part of the neutral ending.
Yeah,
though,
that's
'cause
well,
you-
that should let you know
'cause
that.
to be fair,
yeah,
though,
that's something you need to know for the true ending.
well, I mean,
it's something you need to know, but it's
Yeah,
like
you
it's
don't
not.
need
It would
to.
be nice to know why everyone is linked.
yeah,
Because Lotus is really the only outlier.
because she says her daughter. She's like, oh, because she got strapped to a chair and they're doing a puzzle, and they think she's gonna die, like because it's strapped to like an electrical thing. And like,
Yeah.
oh, if she dies, oh, if I die, tell my daughters I love her, and she says their names.
Yeah.
And Seven's like, that's one of the kids from the experiment. So then she like gets off the chair and they kind of talk more.
So wait, in multiple endings, he gets his memory back,
not just the true ending.
not just the train.
There are yes.
Okay, that's
He,
weird.
he gets
but okay.
he gets different like memories and depending on what doors you go in with him.
Okay. Well, so I get the neutral ending, and it was fine. I was like, oh, this is a decent ending, I guess. Like, I would be okay with this too, like, for the most part.
The neutral ending is you die either way.
You don't die. No, you get gassed again, but you don't know what happens.
Yeah, you don't
I'm
die.
assuming you get gassed and then just taken back to where you
because
were.
Santa disappears.
Santa does disappear.
Was Ace and Lotus are gone.
And-
Probably escaped.
So does June.
June disappears out of nowhere, right?
But I will. Okay. So then I do the true ending.
Uh-huh.
And at this point, I was like, I'm beating this game tonight. I'm going through a guide. I'm not solving any puzzles anymore. Like, I am not interested in the puzzles anymore because I'm just like, I like the story. I want to see where this story, because at some point it was like, I was more interested in the story than the actual puzzle solving, you know? And certain rooms were actually kind of interesting. Like there's the surgery room that you do with Clover and Seven.
That's a good one.
I like that room a lot, and I actually put down the guide to finish that one. But then in the true ending, there's the library one, and I was like, nah, you're not expecting me to look through all these bookshelves. I'm looking at a
I
guide.
looked at them. I
No.
needed the guide for one of the light bulbs, and that was about it.
Yeah, no, I was done at that point. I was like, I'm not solving any puzzles. I'm sorry.
It's pretty fun.
But my big issue with this game is that they introduce this concept of morphogenetic fields and being able to process and transfer information to other people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Across any distances as long as you're linked with them. Okay, that's cool. But now this concept also applies to one singular person across multiple timelines. And I'm like, that's a little bit of a stretch, but okay. And then
Time travel.
It also travels through time. And I'm like, okay, I guess. And then you find out that the whole point of this Nonary game is so that you can tell June,
In the
Kid
past.
June in the past, how to get out of the Nonary game and live her life.
So
But in the context, she's dead, but she's not, but she is. And the only reason you're doing this is because she died. But then that wouldn't make sense if she's like it doesn't make any sense to me.
I never realized, is she alive or dead?
So let me explain. Basically, the big twist of this game is that, which we were mentioning, like why does it keep switching to the adventure mode and that mode?
Yeah.
Is that novel mode is June the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why some of the dialogue, like some of the just dialogue, she only hears that. So that's why that's like her point of view.
Okay.
So the entire game you're playing as June technically. You are June
What?
because the whole point of the plot is that at that point, it's one of those things where like I wish I remember the name of it is where like it's that time travel thing. It's not time travel, but let me explain it. But like it was like the notebook thing where like someone found a notebook to tell them how to be a king and become the king, and that guy writes that notebook and sends it back in time. So who wrote the original notebook?
Yeah.
This is like in that timeline where she's there. She finds the timeline. It's like from Avenger Infinity War. They're like, what's the timeline we succeed? It's like that one. So you have to do that one.
Yeah.
But in the aspect of that timeline where she succeeds, where Junpei tells her, when she escapes, she has to now do that to set that up to make it to be a reality.
Yes, but
because if she doesn't do that, she will then die.
in the Junpei's timeline, she's dead, right? Because everyone
No, she's
remembers.
there.
Everyone remembers her dying.
Everyone remembers her dying.
Because, okay,
But then she's also alive in that time.
Yeah.
sorry. So, yeah, I'm not disagreeing. It's very weird. Where like it is a very lot of like it's a big fucking jump.
Yeah.
Me explain it is probably not going to make you feel better.
No, because
I imagine not.
I just know it's multiple jumps, and at some point I was just like, I'm not interested in the puzzles. The story has jumped so much that I'm actually not disliking it now.
At some point, I thought it was gonna be Junpei communicating with himself through different timelines, and I think that would have been better.
And when I heard the concept of motion genetics fields the first time, I thought, oh, this is gonna be really cool. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to learn all the information and snake through all these rooms, so then I can get to a point where no one dies, but I know all this information. Instead of me transferring it to myself across timelines. I'm like, all right, that's neat, but whatever. It's not what I thought that. I thought it would be a little more like a detective thing instead of just other me did figure this out, so now I know it. You know?
I'll ask this real quick, because I think I know the answer anyways.
Sure.
But who are the people who told you that Akane died?
Who?
Yeah, who are the people who actually said that she's the one that died?
Oh, the characters. Yeah, Seven and
Santa and Snake.
Yeah.
So two of the people who were part of the situation, because
Okay.
Santa obviously knows everything.
Yeah.
He set everything up. Snake knows everything, and
And
that's why he got that letter to say,
Seven
"Don't say shit."
Doesn't have memory.
And Seven has memory loss,
Oh,
so he
okay.
doesn't remember shit. So the only people who think that's real are people who are not real at all.
Oh.
So in reality, she's not dead. They don't know who else. Who else says that she's dead? Except for those three characters.
Okay. No.
Santa.
Okay,
Clover
I
says-
understand Seven has memory loss, but he gets his memory back by the time he tells you that.
And then the other thing is, there's one of the things is that he gets headaches a lot.
Yeah.
And that's supposed to represent the fucking thing.
The issue
him
with the
thing.
timelines?
So him getting confused of what timeline he's on and not on. So he thinks that timeline that he's on now is the where she died, but she didn't.
So you're saying
So she is dead.
So you're saying so either his memory is from a different timeline, and his memory from a different timeline is in his body from a separate timeline, or he's just wrong. Like what?
But you said the first one was right. His memory of that scene is from a different timeline in his body now, but in reality that never happened in that body he's in.
Why does he have a different timeline memory?
Yeah,
Because he's the one that has to help them the most.
but why does he have a different timeline's memory? Is my question.
Because if he tells them that she's not dead, then that wouldn't work. The ending wouldn't work because why would he care then? Because like, oh, well, she lived, she's alive. But if he thinks she's dead, then he has to do this. Then that life and death thing in his head, like, oh, I have to do this now. If I don't, I fuck up, she's gonna die. But if he doesn't know that, then that connection doesn't work because it has to be a life and death situation.
How did they plan that out though?
Yeah, is he a receiver then?
Who?
7. Is he a receiver? Does he have the special power?
I assume yes. They don't go into detail a lot of that stuff.
Okay. Because I will say, I did read the wiki because I was like so confused. First off, the rest of the story sounds so stupid to me.
Really?
It's like, there's like, so from what I read, it's like Zero's now trying to stop this death cult, this like doomsday thing. And like everyone's got to get together, get the gang back together so we can stop this doomsday
And
secret
Zero
society
is
cult.
June.
Zero is June, I guess. And also like Junpei is special. He's like an Esper or something like that. So that's why he can see across timelines. Like that's all explained in other shit. So that's why I'm like annoyed that it's in this game. It doesn't make sense to me. And sure, they explain it later, but like as a standalone sub thing, I'm like, this is stupid. And then later on, they were like, oh, that is stupid. Let's explain why it's not actually.
I don't know. The whole Akane being dead thing is just one part where I'm like, I don't get it.
Yeah, I didn't get it. And I was like, I don't know. Like, this actually reminds me of something because you told me you played the visual novel for Steins Gate and you didn't like it. You were kind of bored of it. But I think Steins Gate is a great anime. I think maybe this would be better than anime. And I'd be more willing of it.
I don't know how that would work.
Just skip the escape room
different
part.
timelines and all that.
Well, so have you seen Steins Gate before?
I have seen Steins Gate.
I think you can kind of just do that. Like how Steins Gate did it, where it's just like, oh, this episode's about this timeline now or whatever. Like,
But they all lead.
you know what I mean? I don't know. Like, it's just I can't wrap. I can wrap my head around it. I guess. Like I can be like, yeah, okay, that's fine. Like I can accept this. But I also at the same time think it's kind of stupid.
I can see how it could be made into an anime, but I don't know if it would work.
No, I don't know. But my main crux is just that whole timeline thing and like everything's thrown at you.
I think, in my opinion, like one, I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure I've played games that do worse jumps than these.
Sure.
That are just like nonsensical.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of games do that kind of like, not any game, sorry, like Japanese anime games.
Sure.
Where they kind of like, there's this last episode point where like, all right, this fucking thing, now it's like fucking.
It's like, actually.
Now it's fucking like some scientific fucking shit that only like Albert Einstein would fucking know.
Yeah.
Or like only like the really smart people will know.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, now we have to explain it to like fucking stupid people. And also make sure why the plot makes actual sense.
Yeah.
Oh, I felt with Bioshock.
But like,
Infinite.
usually when that happens, isn't it not good? You know?
It's one of those things where like, are you fine with like
Leaps
disbelief?
in logic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where like, I think for you, because you were already getting to that point where you were upset,
Mm-hmm.
you were already like, I don't care.
Yeah.
So even if it made sense, I don't think you would like that anyways.
I think I would have been
You would have been like, okay, but you still wouldn't have thought it was good.
I would have been content with it because again, I was more done with the puzzles. I liked the story and that's why I kept playing it. But then the story like did all this and I was like, now I don't like the story and now I don't like the puzzles. So now I'm just not interested. You know what I mean?
I understand because again, I when I played it originally, I played it before, like I was also like, what the fuck? Like the jump from like this and this.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot. And again, I played through all the endings. And that does explain certain things as well. Where like some of the small points. But even then it's like the whole like it's basically Schrodinger's cat.
Sure.
That's what the whole gimmick of Akane
okay.
is. That, is she alive or dead?
Yeah.
And then like depending what you do, it answers that question or not.
That's like
Sure.
the only like big like theory that they never dove into. Schrodinger's cat. And I guess that would make sense why that would be represented to Akane.
But I don't know. I just feel like this story would have been so much better, personally, if it didn't involve any of this weird stuff. Like if it was just essentially a revenge plot with some small details. Like, I don't know. Like, did it need all of this?
Is it convoluted? Yes.
Yeah. But did it need to be?
Do I mind? No. Did it need to be? Probably not.
Yeah.
But I think that's how a lot of like Japanese games are like that.
You mentioned Schrodinger's cat, and I think like thinking about to like the story and how that fits into it, I'm content with it now, and I
had to solve this fucking
Yeah.
crisis over
I
here.
don't know.
We're not.
Akane's both dead and
And not
alive
dead.
until you find out what she is.
I will never not tell you you're wrong.
Yeah.
Like obviously you could fucking if you don't like the game, it's cool, whatever.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
mind.
sure.
Obviously I didn't like fucking Resident Evil or fucking Uncharted.
Yeah.
So,
Which,
like,
which,
it is.
which to me blew me, but you know,
Pause.
whatever.
But maybe I get how you feel when you don't like a thing, and then once you get to the ending point, it doesn't matter now
Yeah.
because you're already like, this is dumb. I don't like this anymore.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like, I get that, and I know you meant earlier, but like the whole puzzle is like that's the part you gave up, and like the story was what makes sense.
Like there was that laboratory room, or what was that last room? The one with all the shield things they had to put in
That's
there.
where he made all the puzzles.
Yes.
Yeah.
Room. That room, I was like, even if I didn't have a guide, like if I didn't have a guide, I would be there for hours.
Yeah.
Those puzzles made no sense to me at all. Like some of them kind of did, but some of them are like, I don't know how I could figure this out.
And then the last like final puzzle was fucking Sudoku.
It was so stupid. It was so easy.
So that's a thing I wanted to bring up, is that the original one is different.
Okay.
It is Sudoku. The original one is just a Sudoku.
Okay.
But because it's a DS game, how it's shot, it's that the bottom screen is
Junpei?
the Akane.
Oh, okay.
So you have to turn the DS upside down.
Oh.
So that's how you solve the puzzle, because now you're through her eyes.
Yeah.
So but obviously that doesn't work.
That's kind of neat.
on a PS4. Fucking
Yeah.
PC. Like, can't fucking just do it. Yeah.
Sit upside down.
Yeah.
When I realized that all the words, like, all the letters that I was removing from the actual puzzle were spelling out password, it just
Oh, wait, was that not the puzzle?
The puzzle.
I was like, oh, this is easy. Password.
I didn't figure that out.
The puzzle itself is that it's like I don't know how the fuck, like it's a sandwich where like the top corner is the same as the bottom corner, the top right corner is the same as the bottom left corner, the top one is the same as the bottom one, the left one is the same as that.
That was the puzzle.
So that's the puzzle.
Yeah, dude, I just like, oh, spell password. I'm like, oh, cool.
I mean,
Because it didn't make you like the P switched perfectly with this other letter that was where the P should be.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, okay. That's it. That's the final password is password. Cool.
I'm not saying the difficulty of it is either.
Technically, the final password was 9.
But what I'm saying is, sure, yeah. But what I'm saying is, like, I felt like I was like, oh, this is a really stupid last puzzle. Like, I can't imagine solving the other stuff, but this is easy.
Yeah, no, I was moving shit around till I realized it was
Yeah, probably
password.
because like they're like, what do we do?
Yeah,
And it also has to make sense and like like I don't blame them for like the
just having
the
it be
last. I was like,
simple.
well, fuck, we can't do Sudoku. And then I brought up earlier where like how higher math level was. That was the issue with people in the original DS game, where they were like, they don't know what a Sudoku was.
Yeah.
So not everyone knows what a Sudoku is.
Yeah.
So like when they get thrown, they're like, I literally cannot solve this.
Yeah.
There's no hint, there's no nothing. Like you just have to actually solve a Sudoku and that's it. So like if people don't know what the fuck that is,
Yeah.
they're fucked.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So like unless you have like a Sudoku like answer machine, you have to fill out everything specifically or something,
Yeah.
or you have someone who knew, like
You'd be like,
kind of
oh,
fucked.
fuck.
Or whatever, yeah.
And I'm pretty sure I read that the DS version, it was timed, right?
If it was, that's even more fucked.
Because
I don't think it looked.
because on the guide that I was reading, it was like the DS version and the Nonary Games version, and it was like the Nonary Games one is like, this one's not timed, and I was like, oh,
Jesus.
okay.
Yeah, imagine that. That would be even hard. I think you're right. You're right.
Oh my
Yeah.
I
god.
guess people, that's the issue people had with the ending, where like
Because they couldn't just sit there and
So-
solve it. Like,
Does that mean the DS ending has another ending where you don't solve it in time?
yeah, does it? Is
yeah,
there a-
it fucking like she gets burned.
nice.
They show it like her fucking all the incinerator just activates and she's like in the middle. And
Just like restart.
they don't do that. It kind of just like a
Yeah. Okay.
or whatever. So I feel bad in the aspect of a lot of my like interesting factoid trivias or like all the points you don't like.
Oh, okay. Cool. Go for it.
So like you're gonna
No,
be
no,
like, this is fucking hard.
no, go for it. I can't wait to hear all this.
Some of them aren't though. Some of them are pretty good though.
Sure.
Some of them are kind of interesting. Where like if you go through both the true ending and the zero
Zero lost ending.
zero loss ending,
Yeah.
you go through a door with everyone at least once.
Okay.
Guarantee. So like you get to meet everyone at least one time every time.
Yeah, I figured.
Except for obviously we didn't even mention that 9th man, he dies
Yeah.
immediately.
And you find out everyone's connection to each other
Yeah,
besides
everyone-
Lotus.
Everyone, well, you didn't know that, but like
If you don't do the other endings,
Yeah.
Lotus is just an outlier.
she's everyone's connected in some aspect.
Yeah.
Everyone was
Interesting.
in the everyone besides Junpei was in the first.
No narrative
experiment.
game. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, well, it's like technically 7. He's
So
not part of it.
Yeah,
He's
he
she has to bust him out.
yeah. Lotus is just nowhere near there.
It's her 2 daughters.
Yeah.
The 2 twins.
I
or
guess.
Apparently.
whatever. Well, it's not apparently. It's just a fact.
No, it's not part of the canon endings, dude. I'm sorry.
Suze, you can't read.
Just because I didn't do those endings, which aren't canon. by
They're
the
not
way.
canon to me.
Exactly.
Technically, they are in the aspect of
Not to me.
you learn those. So you that the Junpei is always as the canon ending. But if you get those endings, they're just kind of like added to his
Well, I
because
didn't,
you experienced through all of them.
but I didn't do them, so my Junpei didn't know that. So
Your Junpei is stinky.
my Junpei is stinky. He cheated and looked at guides. He connected with
And they got upset at those
he
guys.
connected with a version of himself that was reading game facts guides.
He was like GameWinners.com.
Yeah, exactly.
And he was like, how do I get a Kanye nude version?
Yeah, exactly. Zero Escape R34, please.
Yes. The for the doors you have to go through the safe ending and the true ending.
Yeah.
The digital route of all of them is whoever gets the gun first.
Oh.
I'm not gonna do the fucking math for you. But basically, like, the safe ending, the route is 1.
So,
So
yeah,
Ace
Ace gets the
and then
gun.
the other one is 3, which is Santa
Santa.
gets the gun first. But obviously Ace gets it
Yeah.
later.
Yeah.
Every time you start a bad path,
Mhm.
June gets a fever because she's in the incinerator,
Oh.
so she's gonna get fucking burnt or whatever.
Oh.
So the only ones you get that are the ones she's in there's the beginning, and she gets a fever immediately,
Omar, you're making me like this game even more.
Well, that's kind of interesting.
which represents like her, like she's starting like the whole
Yeah.
process.
Yeah.
And then every time you go to the bad one, her fever gets worse and worse. That's why the only time she gets fever is
Yeah.
when you get a bad ending.
You know, I kind of wish that was explained to me instead of just told to me on a
Well,
on
it's
the
called
couch.
being a big brain inferring, you dumb piece of shit.
Yeah, because I was like, man, the fevers, the furnace,
Well, it makes
dude.
sense.
No,
Like,
it
'cause you're
doesn't.
like-
Because tell me why Alex didn't think about it. If he liked the game
Well,
so
that's
much.
just stupid.
No,
I'm lying. I didn't know that either.
because I mean, I waited in between playthroughs before I did the actual like fight the
actual
true
ending,
ending.
yeah.
So I'm like, I did not realize that she wasn't having headaches because I forgot that was a whole plot point.
Yeah.
The last two were just funny. What the hell? It said 162 times throughout the whole game. Someone saying what the hell. I forgot to bring this up. I don't know about Clover's character.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like her at all.
She was fine.
She's my least favorite character by like a mile.
But she
remi-
wasn't my least favorite part of the
She
game.
reminded me of her persona counterpart.
Who did she play in Persona?
Fuka-chan.
Who's
Persona 3?
The blue haired girl?
Oh yeah,
Ah.
so annoying.
I think. What do you guys think about the whole Ace thing?
What do you
Where
mean?
he has the face, he can't recognize faces.
Prosopagnosia?
I'm glad you pronounced it.
I knew what that was before this game.
I didn't know.
I had never heard about
I
it.
never heard of it either.
I don't know where I've heard of it, but I knew about it, and I thought it was. I'm like, oh, that makes
It's kind of
sense.
interesting.
It's
And
pretty cool.
It's pretty cool. But, so he did all this to solve his prosopagnosia, or was that just BS?
No, yeah, he's trying to like,
He said, "I want to see the faces."
because if you can connect to someone and he
Mhm.
can see what they see, that means he can see faces.
So you're so hell bent on murdering children so you could
Yeah, he
see
didn't get.
faces?
He's also a psycho, so like,
Yeah.
he's also like a terrible person. So like that kind of like, oh well,
I don't know.
to that he's like, this is fine.
Yeah.
And I think someone wrote there's like someone who actually has that.
Mhm.
I read a comment about it. Like he was like it's pretty badly like shown.
No.
Like he's like you just can't see the face. You can see other shit though.
You see
So,
like,
like you can see hair
and ears
and
and
like, yeah, and like
Oh,
tattoos and stuff.
I know
like
where I
that.
learned this.
What?
I took a psychology class.
Oh.
yeah, that makes sense.
So a waste of money. Yeah.
yeah.
But
I did feel it.
So it's like, oh, so how can he have not known anyone's hair?
Yeah.
Because obviously
Yeah.
they all have
The
different
hair was
fucking
different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like I guess the game is like, oh, this didn't have, you
Yeah.
didn't see it or whatever. But like, yeah, that's what the guy was saying.
And voices too. They also recognize people by voices.
Yeah. So what you're saying is this game has a poor representation of mental illness.
I can't believe it.
Wow.
They did him dirty like that.
a Japanese game did that. Wow.
How dare they make fun of diseases and
Mental
issues,
illness. Yeah.
issues of times that are current, huh?
Yeah.
But
Unfortunate.
yeah, that like whole. I remember even I was on of like, you can see his hair. Like,
Yeah, I don't know. I thought that was weird. Yeah.
And
But,
I think the guy also replies like, then I guess also anime where like it's natural for a kid to have gray hair, so maybe like
yeah.
hair is just weird and he just doesn't get it or whatever.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think someone else said like maybe he's just so egotistical he doesn't give a fuck what anyone looks
I
like.
think
So he's
that's
also
what-
like,
I mean,
he's just like I don't care.
That's what I thought it
He
was
killed
at
that
first.
snake lookalike.
Yeah, because he didn't know. He just
Yeah.
he saw someone tall.
He saw taller in his and Snake's clothes. And
Yeah,
he's
so he just
like,
fucking shoved his ass. Or whatever.
Yeah. Do
like-
they ever explain the outfit Snake is wearing when he gets out of the coffin?
Um,
Is that that death cult
It's a
thing?
cult. Yeah. It's
Cool.
the cult. Because I just remember this. I'm glad because you mentioned the whole why would Ace do this?
Mhm.
He learned that through that cult. The cult's the one who kind of did that shit
Did what?
with the whole like sorry, the field shit.
Oh.
Again, the whole morphic fields or whatever. And if they fail, they're like fucking they sacrifice them.
I'm guessing that's
Wait.
plays on video game.
Wait. So you're saying that Snake, prior to the study.
No. They just put him on that clothes because they're like so he can just switch because the only clothes they had there was just that cult shit.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, did the cult know
No, I think the cult doesn't exist anymore. Like at like Ace just not Ace.
Snake?
No. I'm sorry. Ace. Yes, he learned that and then he decided just to make it himself.
He learned it from the cult?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you were saying, like, the cult was making these kids.
No.
Then, like, Ace was like,
Ace, like, I think, like found out about it. He's like, oh, I'm gonna do this shit then.
Okay.
And then he decided to replicate it himself.
Okay, I got it. That makes sense.
And the cult is more into like the the third one, I think.
Nice. Which I
But
won't play.
You mentioned like the whole like plot stuff, like the sequel games.
Yeah.
I platinumed the second one as well, and then I quit the third one because I just hated it so much.
Nice.
Like it goes like to the fucking next.
It just
level.
keeps going
Should
and
I
going.
play the second one?
I mean, if you want, I'm not gonna stop you.
I really like this game.
I'm-
Would I?
you should play it.
I should.
Play a couple endings.
Okay.
And you'll probably get a feel for it.
Okay.
But so now I won't spoil it. But that's like the issue I have a lot of, like, not even like in anything where like they have to like do the whole power level thing where like they have to go even higher now.
Yeah.
It's like now this is like this, now we have to go fucking this way, and like
Yeah,
now there's
yeah.
like fucking 30 endings. And that's now we have like 60 endings.
What
Like you
the
have to keep
fuck?
going
Jesus
like higher
Christ.
and higher. I'm making it, it's not 30 endings, but like
You're making an exaggeration.
yeah, like this one's 6. I think the second one is like
Well,
I don't
20
really-
something, I think.
It's
I
a good
saw.
amount. And I don't even remember the third because I'm gonna quit
Yeah.
or whatever. And like the art style gets worse.
But
in
what
my
about
opinion.
the third one made you quit? Was it just the story was stupid?
One, the art, I hate the art.
Okay.
Because it goes from like pixelated to like the second one is like kind of more like 3D, like kind of normal like 3DS models.
Yeah.
And the fucking third one turns a Telltale.
Telltale.
They look like Telltale characters.
Oh,
All of them,
gosh.
they look exactly like Telltale.
Jeez.
And it looks pretty like, I feel weird. And then like only because 3 characters from the second game and then Junpei and Akane are in it.
Yeah.
Or in the third one. And because of that, I picked that one to have at least those 2 characters back in it or whatever. I think halfway in, like not even like halfway in, sorry, like first way in, like the halfway in the first chapter, I'm like, I'm done. I'm tired of it. Like, it's so. And I looked up a guide. I want to shoot myself because there's so many endings just for them. That's not including the other, because they get split into 3s.
Okay.
So it's like 3 people here, 3 people here, 3 people there. So I'm like, that had so many endings for just those 3, and I have to do the other ones, and then I have to do the fucking other ones.
Yeah.
I don't even like all these characters anymore.
Yeah.
Like I'm already like fucking tired of it because the plot of the third one, it's so weird. It's like it's a scenario from the second one.
Like
It's one of those like a different timeline thing, and
almost
that's what
like-
the third one is.
almost how like Nier Automata is like a sequel to one of the endings from the first Nier.
Yeah.
Okay.
But in
But does the second one have a true ending then?
yes,
Okay.
it does have a true.
But the
ending.
third one is not
The true
a
ending
sequel
is-
to the true ending. It's a sequel to like one of the other ones.
It's one of those things where like if you get the correct ending, then the second one can go to the good ending.
Okay.
You're basically doing what, like, imagine like 999 was split into 2 games, where like the first Nonary game and the second Nonary game.
Okay.
That's how it is.
Okay.
Where like you have to get the correct ending. That's to get to the second Nonary game to make sense.
Oh,
But there are
okay.
multiple endings in this. You can get different endings.
Gotcha.
But like that ending is I hated it. I looked it up and I got sad.
Yeah, like, it's
It's
stupid.
fucking yeah. It's a really fucking depressing ending.
So you're saying I should just look up a video with the complete like history.
For the third one, yeah, sure.
Correct history.
I think you should probably play the second one.
Play the second one.
At least one
A
playthrough.
lot of good
Right?
voice actors are in it too, like
Troy Baker.
Troy. Don't get too excited. I won't say that. I'll say
Yeah,
all
you
he
already.
says
I,
is-
I think you told me off camera.
Yeah,
like,
there's not many. He's not in
yeah,
it.
he's the main character, but he doesn't voice too much.
But like Laura Bailey's in it.
Okay.
The guy who does like Gara, Akiko Senpai.
Nice.
He's in it.
Why do you do that, by the way?
What?
Like Senpai and Kun and
Because that's what the
Chan.
characters call them.
Yeah, but
So the
like
characters call them that, so that's why I remember them as.
okay,
So like,
because it's like a memory thing. then.
Yeah, because like
Okay.
I don't call Makoto a fucking Nijima-chan because no one says that to her.
yeah, you
But
just
that's
call
also
him
her
Mako-
name.
You just call him
Yeah, I call her my queen. Yeah,
Queen.
I call her queen.
She's
my
my
bae.
queen.
But like, I call them what the characters call them. That's how I remember them because that's all they say.
Okay.
Like I don't like I only remember these characters' names because it's Ace them. I don't fucking know their fucking real names because they
Yeah,
don't really
yeah.
say their names. That's why I call them Jumpy a lot because I just remember.
That's what she
Kami
gets called all
calling
the
them.
time. Yeah.
So like that's how I do names.
Mm.
I'm not good at fucking just remembering unless I really like the fucking thing.
Yeah.
Even then,
Okay.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Should we start wrapping this up?
Yeah, let's.
Sadly, I am now depressed.
I've sandbagged one of your games.
I
after-
will now commit seppuku.
well, you sandbag Alex's game. I sandbag your game, and now the next game
Has to be Alex.
Well, it have to be mine actually.
I'm gonna say Alex has a sandbag.
yeah, so
Oh,
Alex
yeah.
is gonna have to hate my game.
Depends what it is.
Yeah.
All right.
So we're already gonna spin Sam's stinky wheel.
Yeah.
Well, this-
Oh, this is the movie wheel.
this
You
is
dummy.
Sam's
Oh my God.
movies.
You gotta choose the game
Fool.
wheel.
I almost picked American Pie, the video game. No.
The Jackass video game, guys. Let's do it.
Let's go.
Alrighty.
Dun, dun, dun.
Hey!
Danny Phantom.
It's Qatherine.
Qatherine.
Well, we're gonna play Qatherine Full Body, the PS4 version, but
That's the one you have, right? Alex?
Yeah, I have
Yeah.
it.
And you have that one.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
full
all
body.
because there's the PS3 version.
yeah,
Is the original game.
yeah.
This is like a remake.
The PS4 version had some extra content, but
Yeah, more stuff in there.
It's gonna be a good one.
Troy Baker.
Troy Baker.
Troy Baker, baby.
Hey, you want to play a Troy Baker game? This is it. Fuck,
Yeah.
fuck Zero Time Deliver. Where the fuck the
The
second,
second
one?
one.
The
was-
Last of Us 2.
Don't even play them.
Honestly. Isn't
Yeah.
Laura Bailey also in this? She's
Yeah,
Qatherine with the C.
she's I don't know which one that one is,
the blonde
but
one. I think so. Laura
yeah,
Bailey's in
and I
this.
think yeah.
Someone else is in this.
There's a lot of voice actors are in it, like Sasuke. Go to Sasuke or Spider Man or whatever you want.
Yuri Lorenthal's. Yeah, Yuri Lorenthal's.
He's in everything.
Yeah, he's like one of the friends. What the fuck? The guy who does Roy Mustang from Full Metal Alchemist.
Mm.
Travis Willingham?
Yeah, Travis Willingham.
Oh yeah, he is. in
He's
this.
he's the other friend.
Okay.
It's gonna be a good one, guys.
This one only
wait.
one ending, right?
There's multiple
I think
endings,
there is,
but
yeah.
I will say just get one of them.
Okay.
Like
So you're saying 100% the game?
no, because the gimmick in this one is not like 999 where it's short and you can get multiples, but there's only one true ending. This game doesn't really have a true ending. You just get your ending, and that's it.
Okay.
So should we purposely try not to get different endings?
If you want, I don't know what you want to do. I'm gonna do this. This actually comes with like a remix mode with like special blocks and stuff. Since I've played the game already on PS3, I'm gonna do the remix mode. So I'll be
I'm
fun
on a
time.
blind playthrough.
Do I
Yeah,
play?
definitely I'll play. I've seen that my brothers played in front of me,
Mhm.
but I was very confused. When I watched him play, I wasn't excited.
Okay.
But I think Sam, you convinced me beforehand.
So I know that this game has a couple alcoholic drink recipes.
Oh yeah.
Should we have some?
Maybe we should.
Well, you
next time.
two.
Yeah, you.
Yeah.
know,
I don't drink. Well, also you have to drive home.
I'll,
Oh,
ju-
yeah.
I'll
also
have
understand
one.
that.
I'll have
Yeah,
one.
we'll pick our favorite and we'll make it. And we'll
Exactly,
drink it.
because I've had there are bits where they tell you recipes for stuff,
Ooh.
and I've learned a couple things from this game.
Okay.
From the first playthrough that I did on PS3.
Can they just drink Coke? And one of them just a Coke.
Yeah,
I'll just be me.
I can get you like a non-alcoholic drink, and I'll do that for you.
I'll just bring a can of Coke.
We'll make you
I'll-
a regular, normal version of it, a virgin one.
You
Yeah,
should make, you should
exactly.
make some like fucking random ass sandwich be water. I was like,
This one's water, guys.
I like how it's ironic because like the one who doesn't need to drive is
Yeah,
me, and I don't drink. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
We should do the next one on Sam's house then.
No,
get face
no.
blasted.
There's gonna be like no fucking. You're gonna hear noise from all over the house at my place.
You can hear someone being like, "I'm gonna cool."
You know, you're gonna hear someone go, "Hello, would you like a water?"
Oh, you had your friends?
It's your friend. Oh, your friends are here. Oh, sorry about
Hello.
that. Yeah.
You want some food too?
You want to get some food? We're gonna get some Taco Bell. You want some
walks
Taco Bell?
in, like, yo, man, I got this new thing, bro.
Hey, bro.
I know who
Oh
that,
shit,
I know who
Alex,
that
I
one
see you,
is.
bro.
I know who that one
Dang,
is.
I would make
Yeah.
it sound like saying bro all the time.
Yeah,
don't
he
even
does.
say
He
that
does say bro all the
Does he
time. No.
And then George walks in confused.
He goes, "What's going on? Oh, you guys were doing the podcast."
Omar walks out as George walks in.
I'm like, I'm done. I don't need to hear the whole plot line of Attack on Titan. All right, like I'm tired. Okay? He'll replace me.
George walks in and he's like, "Hey, can I join the podcast?" And I'll be like, "Nah,
Did
no."
you play Qatherine?
It's like-
And he'll be like, oh, but I played this one game, and then he'll just play the whole game. I'm like,
Listen, George, if you want to edit a 4-hour episode, you be my guest, but I am not doing that. Sorry,
yeah, I'll
George.
do it. Never finish it.
Yeah, sorry, George. You're fine. Don't worry about it.
Bashing it for no reason.
Yeah, Diego's fine
Oh,
too.
you're
I
at the
guess.
I just that's your whole family, man. Actually.
Yeah,
I
it's
didn't really
fine.
mean that.
That's fine. You know what? How about we leave it on that note, huh? On family bashing.
This game's about family.
It's about relationships.
It's about brothers.
Actually,
Sam's
both
the
nine-
real family
Yeah.
guy. End it right there.
Real family guy.
Bye.
Boop, boop.